Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCD Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to start getting into the Skirmish meta, kind of talking about some Blitz decks that I'll be running and just some fun stuff for you all that's Blitz oriented, and kind of talk about different things. I know a lot of people are probably expecting a Fi deck tech, and I'll definitely give you one. My original thought is I don't think Fi is going to be that good in Blitz. I think he'll be like a B tier hero at best, because I think a lot of the heroes that are going to be good in Blitz are going to counter Fi really bad. And I think that he's just going to struggle because he can't really block. I think if Fi is going to be good in Blitz, it's going to be a version that you're not used to seeing in CC with like maybe some defense reactions and some 3 blocks and just a little bit more different kind of mid-range style. So I'll definitely give one. But originally, I don't think he's going to be as good. And also, I'm using Blitz, and I usually use Blitz and Skirmish to just play decks that I enjoy and like to play more so than like hardcore, like want to stick on one deck. Like I'm going to be playing several decks. I'm going to be doing deck techs on them. So definitely, stay tuned for those. Join the Discord down below in the description if you want to, learn more about some of the videos that are coming out and just be a part of the discussion. Don't even have to be a Ninja player, totally fine. But yeah, we'll get right into it. For the first one, and this is like the main deck I'm going to be trying to have some fun with, is the new Dorinthia hero. I really enjoy this hero and what she brings to the table, and kind of the cool things you can do with her. When I first saw this hero, my thought was, this is literally Axe's Dori without Spillblood, and you can get like access to stuff like Glistening Steelblade. You can get access to stuff like Steelblade Supremacy. You get access to stuff like Slice and Dice. And with the new cards like Run Through, which is basically like a Yellow Blade Runner, she has some really cool ideas. And I went and played in the Battle Hardened with my Axis Dory list, and I ended up going 5-3. I was 1 game off of potentially top 8, and I think that this list could actually do pretty well. And I'm just interested to see like how the list goes. So this is like the main list I'll be running, the one I'm gonna be testing. I've gotten it to a point where I'm pretty happy with the build I have right now. And I might make some minor adjustments, but this is the base of the build. Like I said, this build works very similar to Axe's. I'm running Dynamo in the main board with it because the new Dori text reads, the first time Dawnblade Resplendent gains go again, each turn you may attack with an additional time. So it doesn't have to hit like normal Dawnblade does. It just has to get go again, and it gets a +1 on its own effect. So the first time it swings for 2. The second time it swings for 3, just like Axe's. It can't attack for 3 times unless you put like Twinning Blade in here or something. So that is a downside. Basically, with Axes, you get stuff like Spillblood. You can attack for 3 times depending on how things go. And you get access to like, a couple other things. But in this, you get access to Slice and Dice. You get access to Glistening Steelblade. You get access to Courage Blade Hold, which is another, 3 block basically, or giving your sword free. And you get access to the newer cards like Run Through, Blade Flash, and Glistening Steelblade. So I put it in CC mode. I'll put it back in Blitz mode after this, put the deck list down below. But basically my idea of this is to play it similar like an Axis list, where I'm trying to, value block my opponent, use Dynamo as much as I can, use stuff like Courage and Brage Force Braces really well, and just really, outvalue my opponent, and then hopefully get a Glistening turn really early and be able to put counters on my weapon. Because if I can even just put 1 counter on this weapon, then all of a sudden it's attacking for 3 and then 4, because since it can swing twice a turn, if I can just get +1 counter from Glistening Steelblade, all of a sudden, again, I'm swinging for 3 and 4. So, off of a sharpened steel, and you give it go again somehow, or like a hit and run to a sharpened steel, all of a sudden you're swinging for 6 and then 4, right? Or you do a hit and run to something else. It just can get really out of hand really fast. So for Reds, I'm playing hit and run, obvious, right? Running the full hit and runs, just trying to give it go again as much as possible. These also, their secondary effect is used pretty often with this deck. I'm really trying to make the most of the go again, right? Like if I can give it go again through Warrior's Valor or through Spoils of War and then play a hit and run afterwards, giving it +3, then a Spoils of War into a red hit and run is really nice, because then I'm swinging for 4 and then 6, basically for 3 resources off a 3-card hand. Which is really nice. Like you block with a card in Dynamo for 4, and then you come back for 10. I'm running In the Swing, this really good way to end games. Iron Song Response is pretty common, right? I think opponents are gonna have to value like chip block you a lot in this game mode. So I use Iron Song Response. I also love getting Iron Song Response off of Singing Steelblade, right? You play Singing Steelblade if they block with a card from hand, and then you go get Iron Song Response and then play Iron Song Response at Chain Link. It's really good ways to end games if they only have like 1 or 2 life and they overblock you by like 2, right? And they have like 1 life. You play a Singing Steelblade, go get Iron Star Response, play Iron Star Response, and you kill them. We're running 1 Nourishing Emptiness and 1 Route. Pretty standard there, nothing crazy. 2 Out for Blood, Sharpened Steels. We're running Sink Belows in the deck just to kind of give us a little bit more value block. Slice and Dice. I run the blues. The blue is basically a pitch, block 3, but the red's really nice because the red's basically a 0 for 4 plus 4 if you can give it go again. And then Steelblade Supremacy. I love putting this in with like a Warrior's Valor because it can get really gross really quick on certain turns. Like, yes, I ideally want to use my Courage of Blade Whore ability for my Glistening Steelblade turns, but there'll be some turns where I want to make my swords for free because I want to play something like Steelblade Supremacy into Warrior's Valor into Out and then play Out for Blood on top of it. So like, that's 3, 5, 8 plus 8, and then you swing your sword for free. Your sword's coming in for 10, and then it's going to come in for 10 after the attack reaction. You draw a card that has go again, and then you keep going. Like, it's just really cool ways to do it. I'm running Run Through, basically a yellow Blade Runner for swords. Blade Flash is really nice. It allows you to have actually good 2 block hands or 2 blue hands because like if you have like a Blade Flash and an Iron Song Response, right? Like you can pitch to swing Dawnblade for 2, play Blade Flash, give it go again, swing for 3. You just went for 5 off a 2-card hand, right? After blocking maybe 7 the previous turn. So really good for that. But overall, the deck's in a good spot. For the equipment, it's pretty standard. In the side, I have full Null Rune because I want to respect Icelander and Kano. The Coiling Sleeves is kind of like a meme because I don't know what else to put in this. I probably would put all 4 of these in against Wizard, and then Refraction Bolters in the really, really racy matchups. Maybe something where Dynamo is not going to help me as much. Maybe against like a Phi, or even against a Briar. We may put in Refraction Bolters just to make sure we can go again in a pinch when we need it. And then Helm of the Sharp Eye isn't bad either. You banish top card of your deck, you may play it. As an attack reaction, you banish top card of your deck, you may play it. This combat chain activates ability only if you control a weapon with greater than twice of its base. This is nice because like if you play a Sharpened Steel, like you play Spoils War into Sharpened Steel or something like that, and you give your first sword swing +5, you can use your 1 floating to banish a card and use it, right? Or something like that. And it has Battle Worn 1, so it's really nice for that. But overall, this deck's been doing pretty well for me. I'm not saying it's like the best in the meta by any means, but it's a really fun deck, and I think it's a competitive deck personally. Same thing with Axis Dori. I threw off a lot of people at the event because they weren't expecting it and they didn't know how to play around it. And I think if you take this to an armory week 1, people might not know how to play around this deck because they don't know exactly what you're trying to do, and you could really throw some people off guard. The one thing I've thought about adding to this deck, I'm just not sure what I would take out. I'll probably take out Singing Steelblade, is put in the new Young Mentor, because if you flip that face up in Arsenal, it basically will give your weapon automatic go again if it hits. It doesn't have to have go again. And if you get 2 counters, you immediately go get Glistening Steelblade. The reason those mentors are a little bit weird for me is because you can be stuck in a really weird situation against Wizard because you can't pitch it and you can't block with it. So if Wizard gets you to the point where you're constantly forced on 1 or 2 card hands, it's just really clunky to get down Arsenal, right? And really make use of it. So it's just really hard. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant, because I ran Minerva in Axis Dori Blitz for a little bit, and then I realized like when I played a Kano or an Icelander, which I think you'll see a lot in Blitz personally, it's just a weird card because you can't pitch to block Arcane and you can't block with it unless they're running attacks. So it's really hard to like, it can be really clunky to get its effect off. But overall, I enjoy the deck. I really like it. We're seeing at 10 blues and 8 yellows, so definitely enough to pay for stuff. Maybe go up to 12 blues, but I doubt it. With this, I pretty much don't have an issue paying for most things. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy this. Like I said, I'll be giving out some other Blitz stuff here and really shortly for Skirmish season. Kind of talk about everything that's what I'm thinking of. Again, I use Skirmish to have fun. I am competitive. I want to win. I want to get those prizes at the armories, but I also just want to have fun with different decks. So let me know what y'all think of this. If you like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If not me, it's totally fine. Go to our Flesh Spread Career, leave a like, comment, subscribe on their stuff so we can get more people seeing this game. Join the Discord down below if you want to. Really love to have you. And I'll see y'all next time on TC Talk. Thank y'all so much.